The time by Sagicor is
7 o'clock.
Tonight in CVM News at 7, JLP defends their decision to distribute records of achievement. Prime Minister's integrity case results in backlash from PNP. United Independence Congress, Jamaica deserves better. In the business report, it's small biz, big dreams. And in sports, West Indies suffer second successive T20 International Series loss. From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7 for Monday, August 4, 2025. Thanks so much for having joined us. I'm Nika Lewis. And to politics we go. The Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, says that it's tired of political counterparts' efforts to downplay their achievements. This in response to the distribution of its achievement booklets being met with disdain by the opposition People's National Party. With more, here's Kevin Black. It's Kevin Black.
Andrew Holness, there is hope. And hope is visiting Jamaicans right now.
The Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, is adamant that their distribution of achievement booklets is not a sign of nervousness. Instead, they assert they are as confident as ever going into the election based on their administration's accomplishments. Spokesperson for the Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, Venetia Phillips, defended the party's work at their St. Andrew East Rural Parish meeting on Sunday.
They're frustrated. They're a set of frustrated people because they're not accustomed to election campaign like the one they're seeing now. They're not accustomed to achievements being used as the main tool of campaigning. They gave their bloggers some talking points that if we were confident, our leader wouldn't have to be out there. But let us remind them, Andrew Holness, he's a Jamaican. He's from the people. He's for the people. He's of the people. And he's with the people. And he's not afraid to be associated with the people.
Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton, emphasized his party's achievement while dismissing the opposition PNP as a viable alternative.
How can we trust the future of our children with a man who say he might go extend hours, and when the Jamaica Teachers Association say, yo, that can't work, that him say, well, me I go try and look at it again. There is no fluff in this document. None of these achievements were because policies were determined on the fly. None of these these policies, these success, these achievements were determined without thought, without work, without team effort.
One of the aforementioned achievements was highlighted by Minister with Responsibility for Water, Matthew Samuda, the $1.4 billion Water Distribution Improvement Initiative for the people of Red Hill, St. Andrew.
Dear Prime Minister, in February of this year, broke ground on a water treatment plant that will bring 15 million gallons to the people of Kingston and St. Andrew. Labour writes, your government is fixing water. Your government is making sure whichever community you are in, you will have water in your pipe. Because we're done with the bath pan, a time for shower.
Kevin Black reporting for CVM News.
Health, security and the Prime Minister's finances were front and center at Sunday's People's National Party constituency meeting in St. Mary. Party officials didn't hold back in their criticism of the Holness-led administration while making promises of change if the PNP forms the next government. Details from Amoy Harriet.
The political heat just got hotter. The opposition People's National Party is turning legal pressure into political fire, condemning Prime Minister Andrew Holness following last week's Supreme Court decision to uphold a controversial affidavit detailing questions about his finances. The Prime Minister has denied any wrongdoing. But speaking at a PNP constituency meeting in St. Mary on Sunday, opposition spokesman on finance and Member of Parliament for South East St. Andrew Julian Robinson said the findings of the investigation depict a different story.
And when they go further and they are probing his finances, they can't find the sources of his income. Now you might wonder, why am I talking about this? Why does it matter? It matters when the government paid $31 million for a drill that cost $3 million. You know why it matters? Because when you go to the hospital and you need to do an X-ray or an MRI, them send you to a private place and you have to pay $50,000 for it. It matters. Corruption matters.
And Mr. Robinson had this question.
And by the way, the affidavit says there is some investor named Investor A in medical technologies. We want to know who is Investor A. Who is Investor A who is linked to Donovan Williams, the Member of Parliament for Central Kingston, who acts as the secretary for two other companies that the Prime Minister is in?
Now, earlier that meeting, opposition spokesman on health and Member of Parliament for St. Mary Central, Dr. Maurice Guy, took his turn to slam the government for what he described as inadequacies in the health sector. Mr. Guy referred to a 2024 report from the National Health Fund, which reviewed that over 2.7 million prescriptions were filled for Jamaicans that year.
But the reason why it reached 3 million now is that Jamaicans are suffer. The sufferation on the land is creating a lot of illness. So when the FAO can come and tell us that there's 55% hunger, or what you want to call it, right, in Jamaica, food insecurity in Jamaica, it is a telling tale.
In the meantime, Mayor of Port Maria, Fitzroy Wilson, is taking the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, to task over what he says is partisan operations. The mayor went further, leveling serious allegations against Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang.
I must have been the only member of the mayorship in Jamaica that don't have bodyguard. Them approved bodyguard for me, and they say, Wilson, no bodyguard. I want to say to the Jamaica Constabulary Force today, is it that the Minister Chang is who decides what happened in the regular running of the Jamaica Constabulary Force? I am saying to you, they want to get me killed. They are not affording me with no bodyguard. I'm saying tonight to the Jamaica Constabulary Force, do the right thing. Do not be political. We love the police, but the upper hand, listen, no little constable or corporal can contaminate the Jamaica Constabulary Force. And the big man them have bat up. And when I say to you, be wary in this election. Tomorrow they can come for me, because I have always stood up.
Amoy Harriet reporting for CVM News.
The Jamaica Labour Party's Robert Mela has officially launched his re-election campaign for the St. Catharines Southeastern constituency. Miller says his performance over the last 5 years surpasses what the opposition delivered in more than 3 decades. Raymond Morrison reports.
And that's the call for Robert Miller's campaign in hopes of once again securing the seat for St. Catharines Southeastern. The Member of Parliament officially launched his campaign with a promise to do even more for residents, not just those who support his party, but everyone in the constituency.
Regardless of which political divide you are, because in this office you can realize that it's not painting green, it's open to everyone. And that is a policy that we operate. I am the Member of Parliament for everyone, and I will continue to be the Member of Parliament for everyone.
And in his address, Miller boasted about his performance over the last 5 years, claiming it surpasses what the opposition delivered in more than 3 decades.
I can proudly say in the 5 years that I've been Member of Parliament in Southeast St. Catherine, I've done far more than the 30 odd years that the opposition had reign of this constituency of Southeast St. Catherine. The facts are there. The records are there to prove. From road infrastructure, when you talk about Robinson Close, when you talk about Portmore Gardens, when you talk about Merkleway, those areas have not been resurfaced for over 40 years.
He also outlined major development plans, including transforming the popular Port Henderson Road into an ecotourism destination and introducing a ferry service connecting Port Henderson, downtown Kingston, and Port Royal.
We want the redevelopment of Port Henderson Road. That is still on the agenda. We want to transform Port Henderson Road as an ecotourism destination. Ensure that we bring quality entertainment to the residents of Southeast St. Catherine. We want to implement a ride and go. We want to ensure that we implement a ferry system from Port Henderson Road to downtown Kingston and to Port Royal.
Meanwhile, Westchester Division caretaker Tashai Rose urged unity and full support for Miller, even swearing by his leadership.
I'm not gonna just ask the JLP. I am seeking to each and every person who is on the voters list in Southeast St. Catherine. I am begging you, whether you're PMP, JLP, no P, we are begging the support for Robert Mela. I am behind him 150%. He is a very good man. You can call on him anytime. He's always there for the people. So I am begging you, I cannot emphasize anymore.
The launch ended with renewed energy from supporters who believe Miller can deliver on his promises. Miller will be facing off with the PNP's Dr. Alfred Dawes, while promising a campaign grounded in infrastructure, unity, and development. Raymond Morrison, CVM News.
More CVM News at 7 in just a moment.
Let's spread the word around to let the world know that we are proud to be one republic. We are on the road to republic. Well then, let's propel we nation moving forward in a new direction. True independence, that's the projection. No more dependency, it's the best plan. Yes, we know what's best for us, cause we want we country prosperous. So make we just pull together as the general public while on the road to republic. Let's spread the word around to let the world know that we are proud to be one republic. We are the road to republic.
A message from the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs.
We are the road to republic.
The Independence Grand Gala takes center stage on Independence Day, Wednesday, August 6th. Inside the National Stadium starting at 6 p.m. And CTM will be right there to bring you all the action live. Experience the pomp, the pageantry, the spectacle, the artistic expressions, all coming together to commemorate the 63rd anniversary of Jamaica's independence. Jamaica 63 Grand Gala, coming to you live from the National Stadium, Wednesday, August 6th, 6 p.m. right here on CVM Television.
Thanks so much for staying with us. The United Independent Congress is Jamaica's third political party, and this young aspirant believes that he can make a big difference in the lives of Jamaicans. This evening, we meet the United Independence Congress caretaker for Eastern Hanover, Jordan Cunningham, the press secretary for the young political party. More from Crystal Williams.
The United Independence Congress of Jamaica, UIC, is a national liberation movement and Jamaica's third registered political party since December 2, 2019. It rose to prominence on September 22, 2021, when its founder and president, Joseph L. Patterson, was arrested for leading a freedom march on Parliament with over 500 peaceful protesters against the government's COVID-19 measures. Jordan Cunningham is the press secretary for the UIC and prospective member of parliament.
So what we mainly focus on is protecting the rights of our citizens. I saw that there was a big need for leadership and for proper reforms in the country. So that got me interested in politics.
Along with agriculture, the press secretary accounts that the party would like to set its focus on land reparations and the abolishment of paying property taxes. He says the current education sector leaves much to be desired.
If you purchase anything, right, and have to be paying for it year after year, and there's a penalty for not paying for it, then you're not really the owner, you're just a holder or a renter. So that's one of the main things. And also we focus on reforming the education. So currently, if you look at the statistics, the current education system, well, up to 70% of the students are graduating without passing the basic 5 CXC subjects, right? So currently the education system is not really performing. It's not really producing.
When asked about his opinion on the current party leaders, he provided no negative comments. However, he was disappointed in the political atmosphere around the country in the past and the apathy among young voters.
For the last, 60 years, these parties have pulled the nation into the tribalism, the political tribalism that we have. And the people even the younger people, they don't even care about politics anymore. And that is an integral part of our governance model. So if the people are feeling like the system doesn't serve them and most people want to leave, then that reflects on the leadership that we currently have.
According to Cunningham, in addition to housing and education, the party would prefer to tackle targeted sectors such as education and tourism at the grassroots level.
So currently, if you look at the system, for example, take COVID-19. During that time, the small businesses had to close down, but the big all-inclusive hotels, they could open, right? So that's where the money goes to them. And a lot of these companies are owned by even overseas. So the money doesn't circulate within our economy. And what we want to do is create an economy where the money circulates and every Jamaican feels that impact.
Crystal Williams reporting for CVM News.
And in other news, some 38 years after being born on a U.S. Army base in Germany, a man learns he is stateless. He has been deported to his father's birthplace after an alleged run-in with the law in the USA. Still, he just wants to return to the place he has called home. As Carlin Brown found out, there are complicated hurdles.
So here he is in Jamaica after being born in Germany to a Kenyan mother and a naturalized American father who was born in Jamaica. So what does that make him? As far as he knows, he's an American born abroad. However, when he tried to find a safe home a week before, as he puts it, I was snatched up, kidnapped and deported.
I called all the consulates, the Jamaican consulate, the German consulate, and the Kenyan consulate. All three of them told me I'm not a citizen or national.
This is not the first case for this forensic social worker specializing in mitigation and sentencing consultant Carmita Alberis, involving children born on an army base in Germany to a naturalized parent.
The base there is not a part of the United States, and Germany does not have birthright citizenship. So being born in Germany does not make you a citizen unless your parents are citizens.
Bluntly put, it boils down to misunderstanding.
There is the assumption, a lot of people assume that if you're born on the base, you automatically get citizenship, American citizenship. But it has proven not to be the case unless certain papers are filed. And so, it is a lack of knowledge for persons, especially, individuals who may not be American citizens and may not be aware of this. And so they will have a child, and then because these papers were not filed, they lose out on being citizen, and then they become stateless, such as the gentleman here. He was declared stateless.
The situation is even more intense now, she explains.
There has been a ramped up of deportations of individuals who had no idea that they would be deported because they had been living.
Suicidologist and founder of Choose Life International, Dr. Donovan Thomas, is encouraging parents to create balance in their children's lives. Thomas says that packed schedules can lead to burnout in children, which can affect their mental health.
Suicidologist and founder of Choose Life International, Dr. Donovan Thomas, is encouraging parents to prioritize balance in their children's lives. Thomas says children can experience burnout when their schedules are too packed. He warns constantly moving from one activity to the next can take a toll on their physical and mental health. Guidance counselor of Bloomfield Primary, Marcia Panton Alexander, agrees, pointing to signs of burnout presenting in the classroom. She says these students often appear tired and irritable.
Demotivated. They lack the drive. They are sleeping too much, eating too much. They are not sleeping at all or not eating at all. They may be feeling irritable. They may experience mood swings. They may just feel overwhelmed.
Rest and play are very essential for a child's brain development.
Thomas explains that keeping children busy may lower their chances of getting into trouble, but he says that's only part of the solution. He recommends that parents teach their children to be responsible and build trust to ensure they feel safe to speak up when they are struggling.
Many parents are requiring of our children the kind of integrity and lifestyle that they themselves have not modeled. So I want to say to all our parents, model honesty and integrity at home, model balanced life at home, take time to spend with the family, with the children, be willing to affirm and encourage them and not just be there when they're doing wrong, but let them know how much you care.
Thomas urges parents to take their children seriously by listening and checking on their emotional well-being. He explains keen insight is often the way to avert suicide.
Even the matter of stress to the point that our children turn to suicide, there are usually signs. There are usually warning signs, but parents are not familiar with those signs. Many are unaware. They take it lightly. They think that if a child says, if I ever fail that exam, I'm going to kill myself, they think the child is only seeking attention.
Carla Ramdeen, CVM News.
We take a break. Stay with us.
Every child deserves a home filled with love. When hope meets heart, a new journey begins.
Welcome home, David.
Welcome, David. Make it your own.
Family is built on moments shared.
Go, David, yes!
Every smile and every shared moment connects us with a brighter future. Here, you're not just welcomed, you're family. Foster hope, foster love, foster a child today. Contact the CPFSA for more information.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Welcome back. It's now time for Raymond Morris with Small Biz Big Dreams.
As Jamaica celebrates its independence, we're highlighting small businesses that keep our culture alive, one handcrafted item at a time. This week, Small Biz Big Dreams takes us to the craft market, where patriotism meets entrepreneurship. This is the story of Kingston Craft Market. Colorful garments, handmade jewelry, and carvings that speak to the heart of our heritage. It's all here at the Craft Market on Pitchen Street in downtown Kingston. Small business owners who pour their talent into every piece, bringing our culture to locals and visitors alike.
Yeah, some people who will come down, they don't know much about Jamaica. So it's a time when you can really sell your country to other persons, tell them that this is independence. You can show them your stuff. You can tell them what it is all about. I remember this guy came in here one time. I have a cup that has the picture of the reggae boys on it. So when he came in, he picked it up, and I could tell him, say, look here, this is reggae boys, and we were the first Caribbean country who qualified for World Cup.
For these entrepreneurs, independence is more than a holiday. It's the freedom to create, to earn, and to share their love of Jamaica with the world.
We sell from a pin to anchor. We sell key rings, bracelets, necklace, earrings, Jamaica dresses, Jamaica short set tights, short sets, jackets, woody. A lot of souvenirs. I was selling a lot of hanging plaques. You can hang your keys under the key holders. And the one them with the words or with the pictures, like with Bob Marley, Marcus Garvey, and stuff like that.
These entrepreneurs rely on both tourism and local customers to keep their businesses alive. And while some see spikes in sales around holidays like Independence, others express that it's not as fast-paced. They call on the government to bring back the cruise ship pier to the harbour to boost sales.
Independence, like July, August, supposed to be one of our best time. And as you can see, in here is so empty. Normally, from 8 o'clock, in here is full of customers. Now, it's declining so bad, so drastically. Well, I wouldn't mind the government will fix back the pier so we can be able to get back the ship. That will be a big thing for us. So we can be able to get back the ship and make business start booming again.
What happened is, even though they have a pier in Port Royal, but when the Jota Tour transport the people in here, they said they already shopped. So I wish, as I said before, and I'm going to say it again, I wish that the Prime Minister will fix the pier as soon as possible.
But the fact remains, every stall is a story, every product a connection to culture, heritage, and pride. And while the crafts are diverse, there's one common thread. People love to take a piece of Jamaica home with them. This that we have here, it's made from this.
Yeah, it's...
Tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, this is Fan Touch.
Yeah.
We call it Fan Touch. It go like this, that board thing here, that thing, and it open like that. I cut this off because you can also use it to make a fan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The Chinese people use it to make fans. But we don't use this to make fans. We use touch. We use touch and make fans.
And the Independence season also allows the craft market vendors to show off their Jamaican culture with authentic pieces.
What I would like to show off about our culture is our authentic craft product, which is locally made, only in Jamaica.
This it is made here in Jamaica. Person comes in and he has, so this thing is like a multi-purpose thing. You can use it as a placemat. You can use it as a hot pot mat. You can use it as a bread cutting board.
And when asked to describe Jamaica in one word through their work, the answers say it all.
I'm very humble and patient. So, you say one, I'm gonna give it to you.
So one word to describe my business is authentic craft made.
From passion to patriotism, these small business owners show that Jamaica's entrepreneurial spirit is as vibrant as our culture.
I'm proud of myself being a Jamaican. I've never gone out of Jamaica. The only place I go, I'm Montego Bay. So that is the furthest I've gone out of, So I'm proud of being Jamaican. I'm proud of my culture. I'm proud of being an independent person. Sometimes they have negative things to say about us and all of that, but I am proud of who I am. I am proud of what we are and what we have accomplished as a country.
I am Raymond Morrison, and this has been Small Biz, Big Dreams.
Raymond, I'm big on celebrating your wins, and that looked like a win in the Rasta Cap. What was your favorite part?
It was really just connecting with the vendors and appreciating the local craft that we have here, especially during Independence.
Absolutely. So, more CVM news in just a moment.
The time by KFC is 7:30.
It's Mela to the max. Mela Ground 2025 will be at Independence Village, National Stadium Complex on Monday, August 4, 8 p.m. If you can't be there to experience the excitement, worry not. Join us for a live broadcast right here on CVM TV. Come, savor rip-roaring family entertainment, a dramatic blend of spicy traditional folk forms and hot, sizzling contemporary Jamaican dance, dub, and music. Tell your auntie, your grandpa, your niece, and nephew. Tell the entire family to tune in to Mela Ground 2025, coming to you live right here on CVM TV from Independence Village, National Stadium Complex, Monday, August 4, 8 p.m. Mela to the max.
Every dream conquered is another dream gained. I land and I fly again like a jet plane. Headed straight in your direction, 'cause I'm wiser, one step closer. I'm winning 'cause I work so hard, and the music keeps on playing, and the people them I say we are my show tonight. Oh, what a feeling! Don't stop dreaming. Keep on believing in the power of the feeling. Whatever you want, take a chance. Song in your heart, step in your dance. You got a spark, don't put it down. Shine your lights
Thank you so much for staying with us. Jordan Fort joins us in studio for a quick look ahead now to sports.
Well, Nika, lovely cricket is in sports again, but it's West Indies, not so lovely West Indies, having lost yet another T20 series, back-to-back T20 series losses, of course, losing that one 2-1 to Pakistan. I'll give you the details, plus an interesting bit of history that's not necessarily on the good side for one of the West Indies players, and the captain responds as well. Plus, Jamaica's under-15s now locked in battle at the CONCACAF Under-15 Championship, trying to qualify for the World Cup. So let's see if one youth Jamaica team can qualify for the World Cup, ahead of course, the senior team trying to qualify for the Senior World Cup. And, of course, we're talking Jamaica basketball, because they're getting ready for the pre-qualifiers for the World Cup. There's also a World Cup in basketball, by the way, and they're getting ready for the qualifiers for that. So we hear from one of the main members of that team.
Right. I'm absolutely looking forward, and I believe you are too, but it's now time for regional and international news.
We begin with news in the region. In a historic shift, Caribbean nations are strengthening economic and cultural ties with Africa, marking a new era of South-to-South cooperations. More from DBS Television.
For decades, the Caribbean and African nations have shared cultural bonds rooted in a shared history. Now those ties are evolving into strategic partnerships driven by trade, investment, and a renewed sense of unity. Carla Barnett, Secretary General of CARICOM, says the African Union's recognition of the African diaspora as its sixth region has catalyzed a deeper relationship.
We have been seeking to work more closely with the EU and with the African countries to develop trade and investment links. For the last 4 years or so, we've been intensifying that. As you would have heard, we had the first real experience of mutual support from the African continent during COVID, when we had the difficulty accessing vaccines and other materials that we needed to treat with the COVID pandemic.
The pandemic served as a wake-up call, highlighting the importance of reliable cross-continental support systems. But Barnett emphasizes it's not just about governments signing agreements. Real impact happens at the people-to-people level.
Governments meet to make policy, but real action in terms of investment happens from people, happens from the private sector, happens from the artists who want to get to know one another and work together. So we are hoping that as a result of all of these discussions, we're going to see more of that people-to-people kind of engagement that will ensure that the relationship that we are building with the African continent has real meaning and impacts ordinary people.
And in international news, there's a public outcry in Russia against a new bill that imposes fines for online searches of material that the government considers to be extremist. Here's Al Jazeera with that report.
In Russia, digital controls are tightening. People can get fined simply for a search query on the internet for materials branded as extremist by the Ministry of Justice. Advertising VPN services which help bypass restrictions and open websites that are banned in Russia will be punishable too. Authorities insist that new law will not affect the larger public, while human rights activists, media representatives and some politicians disagree.
I tried to tell my son about the essence of the law, and we came to the conclusion that he should study 5,500 materials on Russia's extremist list in order to not make this mistake. In our opinion, this is impossible.
Lawyers believe that law is written too vaguely and may not distinguish between extremist activity and professional or journalistic research, or a simple mistake. As it stands now, the law appears not to be too strict, but there is a big fear it could become truly repressive.
Now, any criticism of the current government or any view related to religion, politics, ideology, or history can be called extremism. In fact, now the word extremism is not associated with an arm's change of power. It's associated with any opposition.
It's also unclear how the new law will work.
Will law enforcers get their hands on a smartphone or laptop of a person suspected of committing this offence? Or will they come to an agreement with search engines that will transmit information to law enforcement agencies? Many recommend that people stop using domestic search engines altogether.
And that's it for regional and international news.
We take a quick look at your weather report.
Delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly